Welcome back to the Anfield Exchange. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 0, and that was shocking. Made a few changes to the lineup. Bradley came in to replace Trent. Quansah came in to replace Konate. Tsimikas for Robertson. And Jota came in to replace Luis Diaz up front. Curtis Jones, again, shocking performance from Curtis Jones. I don't know what's happening there. Same as the Man United game, he looked miles off it. To be fair, the two games, the United game and the Tottenham game, we don't look like we've returned from Christmas. We've been so poor in both games. I don't think we were as bad tonight as we were against Man United, but there weren't many players out there tonight that can go home with their heads held high. Not at all. I think looking at the lineup at the beginning of the game, one of our problems was there wasn't enough pace in the team. Diaz, Nunes on the bench. Obviously, Szoboszlai's still missing. And look, Salah's not as quick as he was 2-3 years ago. I just think we looked, especially in the first half, we looked so slow and so laboured in everything we were doing. We lost possession too easily. We didn't press high up the pitch. And look, Tottenham were there for the taking. I know Dragusin was unlikely to be playing the game, but look, they've come in and they've got a new goalkeeper as well. We didn't test the goalkeeper enough. That was disappointing from our point of view as well. Bentancur goes off injured after 6 minutes. They were there. They didn't have anything near the full strength team on that pitch tonight. Obviously, Quansah picked up an injury, and we brought in Endo again. Less pace than what we had on the pitch already. Massively frustrated. I thought to start with in the first half, I thought Bradley looked, you could tell he'd been out injured. He looked rusty. Worked his way into the game, and I actually thought Bradley, from probably 30 minutes on until he went off, he got a lot better and he played quite well. But look, that's to be expected when you're coming back from injury. And he came on against Man United. He's played against Tottenham. They are on paper two very good teams. Quansah, I don't know. We need to have a conversation about Quansah because he is not the player that was playing for us under Jurgen Klopp at all. Every time he got the ball, I panicked that he's gonna make a mistake, and he did. The first minute he played a pass through was meant to go to Ravenberch, and Spurs picked it up, and obviously I don't know if he got a chance out of it, but Quansah obviously made that mistake, and he got the ball, and every time he had the ball, he's having heavy touches. His control wasn't good. I think Van Dijk, I think Van Dijk played very well tonight, considering he had Tsimikas on the left of him, Quansah on the right, Bradley on the right to start with, and then Endo comes in at centre back, and I think Van Dijk was the one that was holding it all together, and I think actually that's what potentially leads to our goal that we conceded. I think when Virgil van Dijk's on the pitch, he had that, what I would say, a sole responsibility to help out the other players around him, because he was the only sort of senior, the only world-class player on that in that back line for us. So he was taking on a lot of that responsibility. And then Quansah comes on, and obviously you see the goal. I think he's maybe in his mind relaxed a little bit, where, okay, Konate now is on beside me, so I can put more of my trust in Konate. And obviously, look, the way Konate got muscled off a ball from Solanke from the goal. I also think Van Dijk's positioning, probably he came a little bit too close to Konate to help cover that battle when he should have held back a little bit to intercept that pass. I think if he'd have took one step less towards that battle. He intercepts that ball. But again, yeah, other than that, I do think Van Dijk played quite well. Gravenberch, again, hold his head up high. He played well. One of the only ones, to be fair. McAllister, I thought he was okay. A little bit sort of slack on the ball. He gave the ball away a little bit too much. I've already spoke about Curtis Jones. I'm not going to do that again because that's two games in a row now. I cannot wait for Szoboszlai to come back. And even the guys that started up front, Gakpo, Salah, Jota, I understand him starting Jota. I thought this game screamed out for Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez to start, and I think they made an impact when they come on. Diaz probably more than Núñez, but they just give us pace up front, which we didn't have. And when you're playing against a high line of Tottenham, how can you not have that pace to run in behind? But look, Arnie opted to go for Jota. I don't think it worked. Gakpo was poor tonight, and look, Salah's screaming for a rest. I thought this was maybe not. I wanted to start Salah, but half an hour left. You've got Chiesa on the bench. What is happening with Chiesa? He's not getting any minutes. If he's on the bench, he's fit enough to come on and get some minutes. Just give Salah 15, 20 minutes rest in this game. And bear the brunt of Salah. Salah's not going to be unhappy that he's been taken off. But who cares? Like, Salah is brilliant and I love Salah. But he needs to be rested. And I know he's not going to play against Aki Stanley at the weekend. But he's still only got sort of a week off. Like, you could have given him a week and a half off, and that would have been much needed for this game. I'm surprised Salah played the full 90 because he was ineffective for the whole game. There was just a lack of urgency. It started very, very poorly for the first 20 minutes, and then we did grow into the game and we got a little bit better, but we didn't test the goalkeeper enough. And look, this is a guy that came into Spurs, signed for Spurs on Sunday, and by Wednesday he's playing. So yeah, I mean, we needed to test that goalkeeper more. He looked all right, to be fair, but we never tested his shot stopping ability. He looked all right with the ball at his feet. Alisson again. I keep saying it, he seems to be a different player since coming back from injury. And whether that's rustiness, I don't know, but he almost he did make the mistake twice, actually, where Tottenham nearly scored from it, where Bergvall obviously tackled him and then tackled him again. And yeah, that's inexcusable. I did think we made a difference when Diaz came on, when Núñez came on. And to be fair, Trent Alexander-Arnold I thought was brilliant when he came on. And look, I'm hoping for that Trent Alexander-Arnold when we play Nottingham Forest and not the one that played Man United. Unfortunately, he probably just... He couldn't do it himself. And I don't think there was enough help from the team to get back into the game. It was silly how we conceded the goal. I mean, massively frustrating game all round. I mean, the goal scorer, Bergvall, the young lad. I don't want to make this video about the PG or MOL, but these guys have got VAR there tonight, and how... I know you can't look at VAR for a yellow card. How can you not... We were attacking. He's already on a yellow card. Tsimikas, Diaz, and I think it was Núñez. We're all down that left-hand side, and Bergvall just takes Tsimikas out. Okay, the referee plays advantage, but you've got to go back, give a yellow card, send him off. They actually score when Tsimikas is off a pitch from the foul that Bergvall has committed, and then he goes and scores. I don't know how there's any justice in that. I thought VAR, well, it wasn't even VAR, it was a referee, Stuart Atwell. I'm not a massive fan of him as a referee, but he shouldn't have been on the pitch. Look, I know it's easy to say that, and we should have we should have created some chances, we should have won the game despite that, But it just makes it more frustrating when that's the way we've lost the game. But yeah, I mean, there's not as well. What was that referee VAR over the tannoy? They announced before the game. The referees are mic'd up. They're going to be announcing to the stadium what's happening with VAR. And before the referee even said anything, we all knew that it was offside. They'd drawn the lines. They told us it were offside. And we had to wait another 5 minutes for him to announce it at the stadium. Like, that is not the way. That is not the way forward with VAR. We're trying to keep the game flowing, not slow it down even more. I thought that was an absolute shambles. Yeah, frustrating day all round. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.